Hi everyone. So I thought I would share my thoughts on the Jane Cosmetics single eyeshadows. I picked up two from Ulta not too long ago, and I got these on sale. They are a little bit higher priced than I would want to spend on a drugstore shadow, although compared to things like the L'Oreal Infallibles, which are also kind of expensive, I guess I shouldn't really say that, but the quality has to be pretty outstanding, I guess, for me to justify spending that much on a drugstore single. Eyeshadow singles in general are so expensive and really just so strange with compared to how much you can get a palette for of that brand, whatever. That kind of stuff drives me crazy. In theory, the shadows that are in a single should be super high quality, you know, of that brand. It should be the best quality they offer. I would think a palette should have the same quality, but I digress. I don't really want to get into that. So I got two shades. This one is a matte and it's called Stone, and I just don't have a lot of gray shadows because grays are a little bit more difficult for me to work with. And I don't think I had any matte grays. Maybe one in the Balm Meet Matte palette, but I don't really like that palette because it's kind of powdery. The other one I got is a shimmer shadow, and it's in Passionflower. I picked this up because of Kristen Gem's haul. She said that she really liked it. It looked like a really pretty shade. So I picked it up. And I am wearing both today. So on my lids I have Passionflower, and on the crease and lower lash line I have Stone. So I find that the gray in the crease can look a little kind of dirty sometimes. It's not the best look. I also have a brown in my waterline, which tends to make my eyes look a little red. So this was a strange eye look today. Not the best planning. Whatever. I'm going with it. So, how do I feel about these shadows? Well, I was really taken aback by Passionflower at first. It's an interesting color and the texture is great. It's very smooth, silky, buttery. You put your brush in, you get a whole bunch of product, you put it on your lids, and you don't have a whole bunch of crumblies falling down on your face, you know. It's nice. It binds together really well. It's a really good shadow. The matte shadow is the pigmentation, like if you do a swatch with your finger, it really comes off well. It can be a little bit kind of dry, but it's not really powdery, and I really do appreciate that with matte shadows because a lot of the well-pigmented matte shadows tend to be very powdery, and they're just so messy to work with. So this one, I think you have to work a little bit more to kind of build it up. But it has a good pigmentation. It's not powdery. It feels fairly smooth, but it is a little dry. So Passionflower, and by the way, the design on the shadow is just really cute. I think that's a really nice touch. So this was swirling around. I mean, I got a ton of product there. It is very soft, and there's just one swipe there of Passionflower. So you can see there's a little bit of kind of chunkiness. But, and another thing, the color, it's a little difficult to describe. It's warmer than I would expect. It's kind of a, I think it's kind of a purpley brown, a little bit. It's a little bit on the taupe side, but it's not really cool enough, I would say, to consider a taupe. It's not a metallic, but it is definitely shimmery. But if you blend it out, you get that more of the kind of warm undertone. And this, for me, works really well in the crease. It's one of those kind of double duty type shadows where you can pack it on heavily onto the lid to give one look and then blend it out into your crease. It will kind of add depth and dimension and warmth where it might look a little cooler and very shimmery on your lids. It's just an all-in-one type thing. So it's an easy to do a one shadow look that looks, you know, a little bit more complex. So there it is, kind of blended out. It still has a lot of shimmer, but you can see that it has that more kind of warm base. Really pretty. I can't think of any other shadow that I own that really looks like this. I have a lot of shadows that kind of behave like this, but not one that has that same kind of purpley feel to it. Something like Wet n Wild Single in Nutty is similar, but it doesn't have as much purple. So yeah, anyway, the color is really nice. The texture is amazing. And considering you get quite a lot of product in this, even if you're paying full price, it's really not a bad deal, as much as I made a big deal about it. So it's 2.5 grams, 0.09 ounces. So I'd say that's pretty standard for a single shadow. But a little does go a long way with the shimmery shade. This one. Yeah. Overall, I would definitely be interested in checking out the other colors, especially if there's anything really kind of unique. I am all about trying to find things that I don't already have in my collection. Since I have a fair amount of stuff, I don't want to buy, you know, things that are super close to something I already have. I want something that's unique. And the formula is so enjoyable, I would for sure be interested if I did find something that was special. I would be willing to pay $6, whatever for it. So that is kind of all my rambling thoughts about the Jane Cosmetics single eyeshadows. I am curious to try out more, see how the other mattes are, if they are similar kind of dry but workable texture, or if they have some that are a little more buttery, a little creamier. Let me know if you have tried any of the other mattes, how they worked for you, and if you've had anything from the line, if you like it, if you used to use Jane Cosmetics way back when. I have not used Jane Cosmetics before. I knew that they were an old brand, but I did not use them back then. So, yeah, I was curious to try them out now that they came back. So thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I hope to see you soon.